Hey guys, Marsengen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so the details for the AGL Gogeta and physical BROLY EZAs have been posted over on Twitter. Obviously, just looking at the post in Japanese, there's a couple of things that I noticed straight away. You can see here, just the fact that the leader skill section seems a lot shorter and only has a couple of numbers in it, means that, like my prediction in yesterday's video, it seems like they are getting, for their leader skill, both categories are getting a full 170%. So, like we talked about in yesterday's video, even though most people like to run 200% teams as much as possible, I do think that this is quite good. Having two categories at full 170 will certainly be interesting for team building. But it looks like the Dokkan wiki page has actually posted the translations already. That's basically what we're all sitting around waiting for when these get posted. Maybe one day I should try and learn Japanese so I don't have to do that. But anyway, let's start off with BROLY, because BROLY, I feel like I'm more interested in him because villains need a lot more support a lot of the time, right? So yeah, we were right. Movie bosses or full power category, key 3, HP, attack and defense 170. Then his super attack is greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, which is pretty good. It's still an AoE though. I know there's no secondary reply, but yeah, I've got a someone sent me a like really badly translated one with just like the Google Translate. But yeah, greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. It still does supreme damage to all enemies, so obviously that part is the same. It's still going to be an AoE attack, but yeah, greatly raises attack and defense. So greatly raising defense on the super, obviously very, very good. Then he gets key plus 6. I put HP in there. Attack and defense 150%. Then he gets attack and defense 120%, launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super when facing 1 enemy. So that's actually really good, because obviously all the more difficult content, we're only going to be having 1 enemy most of the time, which means he gets 270% attack and defense, and then greatly raises on super attack. That does actually seem pretty good. And then attack and defense 150% and launches an additional super attack when facing 2 or more enemies. So kind of like LR BROLY, although I know he just does that all the time. But he gets an additional super attack guaranteed when you're facing 2 or more enemies. So that is actually super helpful for like Super Battle Road and multiple enemy fights now, because he's actually getting a little bit of extra attack and defense than if there was only 1 enemy, and he's getting a guaranteed additional super, which means he's doing double AoE super attacks, and then obviously that increases the chances that he's going to launch the additional from his hidden potential as well. So that is actually pretty good. And then the transformed ability, so his transformed super attack is raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Is that the same as this one? Yeah, raise attack and defense for 1 turn. Supreme damage to the enemy, greatly lowers defense. I guess the later part's not as important. The fact that it stays supreme, I guess, is important. Greatly lowers defense isn't really an important ability, but raises attack and defense. So it's normal raise attack and defense for 1 turn. The reason for that, though, is he does key plus 8, attack and defense 200%. Then he gets attack 200% and defense 100% when facing only 1 enemy. Damn. So 400% attack and 300% defense. Then he gets attack and defense 120% when facing 2 or more enemies. So less attack but more defense. Launches an additional super attack after the 3rd super attack in battle. So I feel like this part should be longer, right? Because if we look at this, so yeah, so he always make an additional attack with a high chance of launching a spell. I had that already before, right? He launches a normal attack that has a 50% chance to become a super. And then, yeah, I think they missed that part out because they mentioned the buffs based on how many enemies there are. But yeah, he has this extra attack with a 50% chance to become a super. But then once you have supered 3 times with the full power BROLY, then he gets a guaranteed additional super. So he still keeps this part as well. So that means on his best turn, after he's done 3 supers, if you incorporate the hidden potential as well, that means on his best turn he's getting 4 super attacks. And each one is raising his attack and defense for 1 turn. So With the defense raise for 1 turn, that would be 30%. On top of the fact that against one enemy, he's already going to have 300% defense at the start of the turn. And then you're potentially getting off like 4 super attacks. That means his post supers defense is actually potentially going to be pretty good. So BROLY definitely seems interesting. He transforms earlier than Gogeta as well. Remember, he transforms on turn 4. But even his untransformed version seems pretty good with the greatly raising and the fact that he gets the, even against one enemy, he still has a high chance of performing an additional super, but it's still a guaranteed normal attack, so that means you still have that extra chance of triggering the hidden potential. So even in his pre-transformed state, he can super 3 times, and each one of those is greatly raising his defense. So he actually does seem like he is pretty good. And then let's go on and take a look at Gogeta. So Gogeta, same again, both categories, full 170 and 3 key, movie heroes and fusion. His super attack is greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn. So before he just had the attack raising, so obviously having the raises defense is very good. Definitely need that. And then the passive, key +2, attack and defense 140%. Then he gets an additional attack and defense 50% when attacking, and high chance of evading attacks. So this is what we talked about in that video yesterday, where I was saying that his stats, from what I'd seen from potential post EZA calcs, was that his defense would be quite low if he just got a bunch of extra attack and defense at the start of the turn. So by having this additional attack and defense 50% when attacking is obviously very, very good, because you think a lot of the teams that this Gogeta can be run on has some very, very good support units. So once you have a support unit on the rotation with him, that attack and defense 50% when attacking becomes significantly more. So he could certainly be looking quite interesting. They also didn't mention in here, because obviously they haven't removed it from his kit, but he does obviously still have the attacks effective against all types as well, which is of course a very powerful ability. And then once he transforms into blue Gogeta, his super attack is greatly raises attack and defense for 4 turns. So again, we talked about this in the thing yesterday. I was wondering if they would keep it to 3 turns or if they would up it. But yeah, they've upped it to 4 turns and added defense. So that means you can actually get a couple of stacks on that. And then his transformed passive is key +3, attack and defense 150%. Then he gets the additional 50% when attacking. Great chance of evading attacks. So if it actually is great, because this, what does it say on this one? Yeah, very high chance of evading enemies' attack. Wow, so they really did it. Great chance of evading. So just like I said, I was super close in my video yesterday. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. I was actually ridiculously close from guessing what he was going to do, because they've put up his dodge to 50% and 70. They gave him the greatly raises attack and defense for extra turns. He gets the extra on super, which is pretty good. And then this last part, was that on here? I don't remember even reading that. Oh yeah, and if you evade, key +2 and attack 50% for 4 turns. Is that how it's written here? Key +2 and attack 50% for 4 turns. See, this says from start of turn. So this implies that from when he transforms into blue Gogeta, you have 4 turns where he gets an extra 2 key and an extra 50% attack. This, like the dodgy Google Translate, says if you evade for 4 turns, which is probably better, right? Because then it means it lasts longer. Although it does mean on his first attack, you won't get it unless you're putting him in slot 1 and he's being attacked, right, and gets a dodge. So I don't know. Global never posts these. It's annoying. When they come out at the same time, I really wish Global would post them as well, because then we don't have to rely on other people's translations, because this does make a bit of a difference, right? If you dodge and then just from the start of the turn, because obviously in a longer event this will wear off, whereas this essentially, once this runs out and then he dodges again, it reactivates. So it'll be interesting to see which one of those two it actually is. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. On paper, I think they both actually look really good. Obviously we need to see them in game. I'm sure people will be posting calculations for their stats and everything, but I mean, BROLY, once you've gotten off the those 3 supers so that he's getting a guaranteed additional. I feel like his full power form is going to be looking really good. And then Blue Gogeta, I guess it doesn't make a huge difference to how good he is overall, I think, but it will be interesting to see whether this extra buff is for 4 turns or if it is from like after you dodge you get it for 4 turns, because obviously if it's after you dodge I feel like that is better overall, although of course this allows you to have a very explosive like first turn with him if it is just from the start of the turn. So have they added, see that's been deleted now, so I wonder if they've reposted it. Yeah, there you go. Oh no, so it's after the, okay, so they've reposted it. So this is all still the same. And then it's after evading the 4th attack. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so once he's dodged 4 times, he gets that extra 50% for the whole of the rest of the fight then? That's interesting. And then, yeah, he still has guaranteed crits because they weren't going to take that away. So, yeah, he looks very, very good. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. Hopefully, we actually got 2 quality EZAs here. I know people have been a little bit disappointed with some of the recent ones. But I think that is looking pretty good, both of them. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.